Okay, now we're going to talk about some of the basics of shaft alignment and shimming. So shimming is really what we want to get at, but ultimately it is to align a shaft. Okay, and what I mean by shaft, all right, so we have a shaft over here that's supported, and then we have a shaft over here that's supported, and we want to line this stuff up. Now, regardless of what coupling that we're using, there still has to be some level of alignment. And one of the easiest, fastest, and best ways to be able to do that is to actually utilize a straight edge. So we're going to take a straight edge here. This happens to be a small one. There's also, once I drive over here, as you can see here, we have a larger straight edge. This square end can actually pop off. Now, some of the other important tools that we're going to need while we're messing around with this is this right here, super, super important. We are going to need feeler gauges. Now, this is a very small set, meaning that the not the thickness, because the thickness is all graduated here, but the width of these things. And I kind of like this for doing the shaft alignment because you can get into really tiny places. But we're going to be using this and coming back to it. This is going to be important in calculating what shim that we're going to use that we're going to find over here. Also, too, soapstone. So soapstone, that gives us the ability to go, and I'm going to drive you guys over here, and we can make mark on things, and so we can see it and reference it in the future. All right, and the beauty of it is that it just comes right off. All right, so let's get to it. We're going to go ahead and figure out how to align this shaft. Now, it may look close to you, and generally it does, but really when we get down and look at it closely, these things aren't aligned. And so we're going to have to align them, and we're going to have to align them in a couple different ways. So I'm going to set you guys down here, and I'm going to drive back up to take a look at this, and I'm going to try to help you understand some things. So first of all, we have a couple different types of alignment. We have parallel misalignment. Okay, so that's when the two shafts over here, they are actually parallel with each other, but they're just sitting offset. And then we have angular misalignment, and that is where one shaft may be sitting at an angle, either vertically or horizontally from the other. And so it's imperative that when we're messing with shafts like this, that we get the what would be considered the vertical angular alignment done. Think about this for a second. I'm bolting this unit down here. I'm bolting this unit down here. And if these two shafts aren't in alignment this way, no matter what I do, I'm going to have to affect the adjustment anyway. So imperative, we need to make sure that these things are sitting correct this way before we do anything else. And the best way to do that is again, not the most accurate, but the best way is to start out with a straight edge. Now, what we're going to notice here is that immediately, I'm hoping you can see this. Yes, it is showing up in the camera. I can see that this is perfectly lined up right here, and yet there is actually a gap, and that gap looks like it's different. And I'm hoping I can blow this up. Oh, I can. I'm going to drive you down. Oh, wrong way. So now that I'm looking at this, oh wow, look at that. It does appear that there is a little bit different over here than it is over here. So immediately we know that we have to make a difference. Okay, so we can't really do anything here because remember, even though I don't have it bolted down at this particular moment, these things are going to actually be bolted down. So what I'm going to do is blow this, go back out with this, and this should be bolted down. Now, for illustration purposes, we aren't actually doing that, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk through the whole process. And now that you know the tools that we're going to use, now we're going to go into actually talking a little bit about the methods